Welcome back to another exciting video from Cambriea and Bobby. In today's video, I make some brand new end tables from scratch since Cambriea fell and broke. The elf fell and broke one of our old end tables. All that and more, so stick around. Oh yeah.
Said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night?
You may be asking, Bobby, what are you doing with this? Well, this was an end table. What's left of it. So we had a little mishaps last night. Cambriea was going to move one of the elves on the shelf that was up high. Sit on the couch, lost her balance, and caught herself on this table, and it broke. Which, it's just one of those tables that it's just a piece of wood with the legs put onto it. And it's those tables that they, compress together and glue. So needless to say, it broke. But she's fine. She's got a little bit of a limp right now. Her foot's a little sore. And the elf is fine as well. So I'm going to make a new table for her. I could fix this. I could, glue it back together, and then I would need to, I'd have to sit for 24 hours or whatever while the glue dries. And I would reinforce it. I was going to make metal strips across and weld them to the legs. But she's like, I gave her the option of I could fix it, or I could make a new table for you to the size you want. So we're actually going to make a rectangle table instead, 24 inches by 32 inches to fill in the space where this one was better. So I'm just taking off the screws, taking the legs off. I don't know if I'll be able to use this for anything, but otherwise it's firewood, something. But yeah, I'm gonna make her a new table. Well, so the bike that I, modified for Bjorn, it works still, but it's having issues charging, and I think I know why. Charging port is fine. However, the connector, if you can see, that's a little chewed up. So what I did is I ordered a whole new charger connector deal, but I also, because this is the port for the original connection, which was the 24 volt connection. Not that makes a difference, but everything inside here has been converted to 36 volts, basically off of a Razor MX 500 or an SX 500. MX 650, same insides, just a different motor, but a 36 volt motor. So this thing's all been upgraded. But what I'm going to do, I ordered a whole new charging port so it'll actually match. It's going to be it's going to be like this, a connector like this, and this is the one we use for the big scooter. This one is held up for many years, no issues, because it's made of metal, versus this is our second one that's been chewed up. I don't know how these boys do this, but look at this. The rubber's all just chewed up, and it's because it's kind of hard to tell how to put it on there. This is pretty straightforward. It's all right, match up the holes. There's a little arrow. Plug it in. So I ordered a whole new connection, so I'm going to take this apart. The connector's supposed to be here today. And I'm going to put the new connector on. The new charger will be here. All right, so I did go to the store and I picked up a piece of live edge wood. I showed Cambriea, on Marco Polo. I'm like, what do you want? Do you want more of a straight table, or do you want something with some shape to it and design? So she liked this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this smoother, so just smooth it out. But then on this side, I'm gonna get all this rough stuff off. So I'm gonna sand this. I'm gonna get this little bit of bark off. And yeah, then double check the measurements, and then I'll cut this. But since this is such a big slab, my one table turned into making 2 tables.
When there's nothing left to say, well, the good time is over, then I'll be on my way. But I'll come around swinging when the fire's all burned out. It's hard to believe in love, so never let your guard down, 'cause I'll come back swinging. Talk like you've been around, way down. Oh, I can feel it. You scream, you shout, you let it out. Make me a believer. How many lies do we have to hide when 2 wrongs don't make it right? How many times can I say goodbye till I get through to you? When time is running out and the dream is over, you need some time to figure out that what comes around goes around. You say you always be around somehow. Oh, I can see it. You scream, you shout, you let it out. You made me a believer. How many lies do we have to hide when 2 wrongs don't make it right? How many times can I say goodbye till I get through to you? Oh, won't you listen, try to make a decision. Is it better to follow you down? I'm caught in the middle, but I tried just a little. It's so damn hard.
All right, so I got the sides and this bottom part all done. At least I think this is the bottom. Depends on what Cambriea wants. If she wants this to be the top or the bottom, that's up to her. So I'm just making sure I sand everything. I got this piece that was sticking out and this little notch out, all that stuff. Try to not have anything to catch on. But now I gotta do this whole side and just the very edges here. So just smooth all this out, and then we can cut it. Before I cut it, kind of measure in the space. This is the table that got broke. It was right in this area. So just got to figure out how far she wants to go, because it's gonna go this way, not this way. So yeah, we want it to go this way. That way you still can, whatever, put your drink here, and whoever's sitting there, put their drink there, whatever. And then the other table will either go over there, or this table might go over there, and we'll just have a matching end table over here. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. So either way, building another table, so when the tree's gone, we can have 3 tables, which we didn't have before. We only had the 2. But we could definitely do a table over there, and it'd be fine. Like I was thinking, Cambriea decided this is going to be the top.
Yeah.
So we got it all smoothed out. It's not rough.
It's so pretty. I want a dining room table out of this.
But yeah, It's all smooth, even though you can see, like, if you really get in there, there's some spots, but it doesn't catch your finger or anything. You really have to press in, but at least there's nothing that's going to give you a splinter. Because when I picked this thing up, I got a splinter. Like when I first got it. But now it's pretty smooth. Now I just got to cut it. I'm going to do 32 inches. And then this side will be the other. So we'll have like a little chunk in the middle that we won't be using. Which then will be good for testing the stain. All right, so I cut these in half with my circular saw. So now we got 2 tables. This table's a little bit more balanced, how it like is narrow here and then wide in the middle. This one, I mean, they're all unique. This one's kind of like that, just not very accurate on both sides. But I did cut a chunk out of the middle here. So now we have our tester so that we can test the stain on. Now I just have to sand these edges, smooth it all out, and then these will be all, then I just gotta blow them off with the compressed air, and then they'll be ready to stain. Well, I got new parts in for this bike. I already had the switch. So this style wiring for this switch is for the 24 volt setup. If you have a Razor MX 350 or below that, any of the 24 volt setups have like this style switch. But when you go to the 36, like MX 500, 650, SX 500, they go to this switch. And then they have this plug is only a 2-wire connector versus this one being a 3-wire, which I gotta still get out of this hole there. All right, part of converting this over, this is a lot bigger hole than what was there. So now I already put this in, traced it around. So now I know what I need to cut out, and then I have to make a hole where this guy slides into. So that's what I got to work on now, is just making that hole bigger so that'll fit in. All right, so I use my big bit, drill this out. I just used a regular bit to drill this guy out, and now this should fit in. You can see how like that piece sticks in there. Boom. There we go. And then I just need to put like 2 little screws in, silicone it up so no water gets in, but there we go. Now it's got the new plug for charging. Looks like it's actually supposed to be there. All right, so this is the old switch. You can see it's not as wide as the new one. So I had to use my handy dandy tool here. Between all the different pieces, I kind of honed it out. So now we got a bigger hole there. This thing's looking awesome. Got it all siliconed up so it's waterproofed in the inside. And I did, where it goes down, there is a little layer where it connects. So this thing should be good to go. And now I can put this guy in here, so then it'll have the new on-off switch. So I'm just gonna silicone the edge here, put this thing in, and then it'll be sealed up. And now we'll have new on-off switch and new charging port. And then I can redo the wiring so it'll work with these new pieces. All right, bike is all done, put back together. So I put tape on it just so the boys can know what plug goes with what. So I installed the new on-off switch. I had to remake the wiring harness to work with everything, because when you do the 36 volt setup with the correct switch, it's different. And when you have this is different too, because this went from, the old one was a 3-wire to a 2-wire, and this one went from a 3-wire to essentially a 2-wire, but it has like 4 connections on it. I don't know if that's just redundancy or what. But, so anyways, I labeled it white, bike is white. Because this is the new plug. It is the exact same as this. So, to make sure the boys don't screw it up, this one's 36 volt, this one's 24. Plug the white one into the white bike. Plug the green one into the bike with the green tape, aka green on the bike. Because that's 24 volt, that's 36. So, there we go. And this one's charger actually shows that it's working, where the old one didn't. So I'm pretty sure majority of our problems were it was a bad charger connection, whatever. But now everything has been upgraded. Everything in this bike is 36 volts now. There we go, it works. Very easy to read, on off. There we go. And then yeah, this just flops open, boom. And you can plug in. There we go. That project's done. So I got, like you saw before, it was a little late at night when I got all these done and all sanded and everything. So that's just the raw wood right there. And then I have this as our sample. So I tried some stains just to see. This is espresso with no wood conditioner, no pre-stain. Then I did a pre-stain over here, and we did a little bit of testing with we did pre-stain with the espresso, and then I don't know what Cambriea did another thing right here. She was trying to get the color right. 2 colors together. We ended up doing the espresso. I don't know if you can see it. So this espresso 273 with golden oak 218B. So we mixed them together and I relabeled it end tables. And this was the result. This is the color result of the espresso mix with the golden oak. So that's what she wants to stain these with. But like I said, I'm gonna do the pre-stain wood conditioner first on the whole thing, and then I'm gonna stain it. So then that way, I guess, you know, it says it does all this stuff. We'll see, because this, you know, it's a full slab, and you get different parts of the tree, and it's gonna show up different, like this. I mean, you could get some parts are going to be, oh, here's a perfect example. Some parts are going to be really dark or darker, and then you'll have your lighters. But by doing this, it should kind of help it a little bit blend better. So that's why I'm going to pre-stain first. So the kids are going to take cookies that they made over to the neighbors. Go ahead, Freya. They have a little girl that's younger than Freya. Dorn being a big boy. Hopefully they didn't ring the doorbell a bunch of times. Xander, what instrument do you play?
The euphonium.
Euphonium? What is that?
Doesn't it have two names? Euphonium or
Baritone.
baritone?
Baritone. It's basically a smaller tuba.
Mm-hmm.
How big is this tuba?
Bigger.
Massive.
Like, probably
Just size of
1.5
baby?
times this size.
Good thing you didn't get that one.
Yeah, that'd be,
Does anyone have a tuba?
yeah, I think there's like 4 people.
What grade are they?
4 people that are screwed.
All right. Which song do you know by heart that you can play?
Both.
Which one do you want to play? Which one do you enjoy playing the most?
6 Not Santa.
Okay.
Then it's a long wait, so I'm just gonna skip.
Oh yeah. Bailey's your backup singer.
There, go.
Good job.
Second song?
So, hey, can you do like some fart noises? The reason why Xander brought his instrument home was because the day of his concert, he ended up getting sick at school and they sent him home. And yeah, he wasn't able to perform at his concert. So we didn't get to see him play. And that's why he brought it home this weekend.
That's what I want to do.
We got a private concert.
Yep.
Sorry ass DJ.
All right, so we got everything stained and everything. This is the bottom. And it's all stained up how Cambriea wanted it. So I'm gonna try this stuff right here. Found this at Ace Hardware. You probably get it other places too, but it's just to be like 3 times as thick as traditional coatings, whatever, you know. And we went with the gloss, clear gloss. So I'm gonna do the bottoms first, see how it works. Because I'd rather screw up the bottom than screw up the top surface. So we're gonna try it on this bottom. If we don't like it, then I can always change. But we're gonna try this out. We'll see. I usually don't do a whole lot of woodworking. Like I'll make stuff, but Cambriea is usually the one that does all the like staining, painting, all that stuff. But with Athena takes up a lot of time. So between her pumping and doing her thing, if I'm not feeding Athena, then that's when I have time to do stuff like this. But we'll see. We'll see. She could just say, no, you go take care of Athena, and then she comes out here and does it.
Stop!
can really tell, like this is definitely shinier now since it's got a gloss on it. And that's not shiny. Glossy? Not glossy. So we'll see how it turns out. I tricked her into coming out here and working. This is good. This is good. Now I don't have to do it. So this top part already has one coat on, and then we're just trying to do a little thicker and where any of the deeper pieces are. And then I want to just do a light layer over this, so then it'll have two coats over the whole thing. But also like here, we tried to go deep and fill these cracks more. But yeah, now this just gets a light layer. You might have put it on a little too thick there.
It'll dry clear.
Okay. I hope.
I've used this stuff before.
Oh.
Is this when you wiped it off last time?
Well, it started drying and started clumping. So yeah, as long as you do it at first, go heavy, it should be fine. But yeah.
You just have to make sure to...
All right, so tables are all done. We did reuse the legs from the one that the elf broke. So these legs are a little shorter, but whatever. They're not right next to each other, so it's not gonna be a huge difference, but, and if anything, if it is annoying, we'll just take these off and order more of those legs, because those ones are brand new. But they are done. Shiny. They still got, like they're dry to the touch, but it's supposed to be like 24, 48 hours before you really like put stuff on them. And then 6 to 7 days to fully cure. And then they're solid. So whatever, at least they're done now. And I can put this table away and our van can come back in the garage. There you go. That's how I made our end tables out of live edge wood that I picked up from Lowe's hardware store.
Bless you.
What are you doing? Did you just poop in your chair? Trying to tell us you don't like it? Rather sit on the couch?
Yeah, you found me sit on the couch now. Mommy, that's my going to sit. I'm going to sit there.
Poop so much, we had to put you, take your outfit off and put you straight in the shower. That's a huge blowout. Right?
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, that's gross.
That was gross.
Yeah,
How gross was it?
Mini gross.
Oh, really gross?
Mini gross.
She's talking about you. You know that? She's talking about you, little girl. Now you got the big poop explosion. You just wanted to sit on the couch. That's why you destroyed your chair. Oh, yeah?
So Bailey pretty much instantly drank all of Minnie's water when you refilled it, just so you know.
I know. He does that just to mess with her.
Yeah, her love her water
He knows.
and baby was,
Big tongue drinking out of a little bowl.
yeah, only
Hi, baby.
Hey.
Mama's gonna have to pump, get you more food.
yeah,
Food?
yeah.
Talking about that food? That boob milk?
That's the milker. Boo milker?
Faye likes the boo milk.
Boo milker?
Boo milker?
Miss Boo milker?
She's trying to say girl, but rolling her R is like part of her action.
Boo milker?
What are you doing, Tina? You got a new toy? Did Mama get this for you off of Marketplace? Yeah, it's used, but since it's used, why not just give it to you right away? So it's your Christmas present early. Enjoy your standing and jumping.
Yeah, stop. I want to see you stop.
What?
2, 3, 4. No, stop.
She didn't know what to do. She's just kind of standing there.
Okay.
I mean, this is day one. Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Look at her.
Just leave her. She's being content.
I don't like the book. Baby cannot jump.
Oh, she can jump if she wants. She's kind of bouncing a little bit, you know.
I not like something. I don't like that.
She just wants to be able to look around and stand straight up like a big girl.
Where's her other arm?
She's got it down.
The other arm down, and I cannot see the other arm.
What are you doing, Tina? All right, so we got the end tables. We ended up taking the table that was over here, and that one we just kind of moved out of the way so we can have the new ones out during Christmas or until that tree goes down. So we got this table here, which is kind of nice because before the other table wasn't as long. It was wider, but it wasn't as long. So like this took up a ton of space on it. So you really didn't have the same space. It's kind of nice having that. And there's a Bjorn. What are you doing, Bjorn? What are you doing? What are you doing, Bjorn? Playing your game? Is that what you're doing? Dang it, you and your poo-poo head talk. And then here is the other table. So that's what it looks like. All in place here. Now, obviously, when all the decorations come down, there's going to be some rearranging, and this is the next one I got to work on. I got to take the bark off. See, there's bark still on it. This one's got a pretty good amount of bark on the top. This one has like parts that are already like chipped off and whatnot. You can see. So I'm going to take all the bark off. Maybe I won't do it on the top. Maybe I'll just coat this because it's more of a flatter edge where this one is that more live edge. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I gotta take bark off at the bottom for sure. We're gonna stain that whole thing. We're gonna stain to match because this one has a little bit of stain on it, but I don't think that one does at all. So either way, I'm gonna sand it up so we can stain it so they will match these end tables.
You're good for that.
And then everything should kind of go together a little bit better.
Like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see when our next video comes. Bye.
You're a goofball.